Hi. Amazing. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We've got some veteran poetry portfolio observers in here. So this is our Module 1 8th grade poetry portfolio. All of our students have been tasked to create a 5-poem narrative story about themselves, which has 2 goals. The first goal is to tell a story, the beginning, the middle, and the end. Everybody should be able to get that part from just the storytelling. Okay. The second part is to explore some part of themselves. That you'll have better luck if you actually know the child. So the first part you should be able to get with no problem. I understand the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. The revelatory part is kind of up to the child themselves. They've been working on it for several weeks. They've had 2 weeks, 1 week to write, 1 week to practice, and now they're all very nervous, even though they're doing the exact same thing they've been doing for the last week. And they're going to just go one right after the other. I would say that there are 5 poems. There might not be a real dividing line between them. So we're asking that no clapping until the child usually does a little small bow or something like that and starts going this way. And then the clapping can start, because a lot of times it'll just be, think it's over, and it's not. It's got one more round in it. Okay? So thank you very much for showing up, and we're going to welcome to Violet.
Way too early. My mom's water had just broken at 2 a.m. on January 1st. What in the world did that even mean? And was it important? Oh, I'm going to further speculation. I leave this very loud phrase because my brother is on his way. Took him long enough. I've been waiting for like a million years. My dad was running around in a frenzy of his own chaos. He looked like the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland if the Mad Hatter was in pajamas, running around a New York apartment, bumping into everything that is a force. But since you asked, I'll tell you why I'm cranky. Because I've been sitting in this uncomfortable hospital waiting room chair for an extremely long time. Because I'm not allowed to be there, where my brother is currently being born in. And that makes me a broken clock without hands. Because I've been listening to this conversation between you and me for way too long. And it has nothing to do with Dora the Explorer, so therefore it's forward. Because I'm about to be a big sister for the first time, and that's confusing. Because I'm so tired, but I'm way too excited to close my eyes. Because I'm in 2 minds and don't know what's going on. So now, do you finally understand why I'm cranky? Certificate approved. Mateo Mejia, May, January 1st, 2016. Long Island Jurisprudence Center, Queens, New York, 7:45 a.m. And with those simple words, my whole world changed. I was my sister to a perfect baby sibling. Now, as a sister or brother, they're your worlds, your everything. As in, someone you form an unbreakable bond with from the day you meet them. Your bond with them is a yin, constantly working in a dynamic balance to form a harmonious whole. As in, the older sibling that defends you on the playground when the older kids won't let you use the monkey bars. The light of your life, the one person who will always love, the one person who always has your back. As in, your younger sibling that follows you everywhere, but you know they only do it out of love. You are branches on the same tree, growing together and sharing the same home. They are the kindling in your heart, the person you live for. Mateo, I love you. Without you, I would be lost. You give me hope and strength in this life. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I love you so much. And even if I don't do my best at showing it, everything I do for you. I wish I was like you, carefree and forever smiling, an innocent angel sent to me from heaven. You are the flame to my candle that will stay forever lit. My home, my lifeline, my ever-loving little brother.
You guys can just one after another.
Days, weeks, months, years, life. My life, wild. My days, intense. My schedule, sorry, I'm busy. That's what I say to all my friends. Irritating answer, absolutely. Challenge, bring it on. Something new, probably not. Balance, yes. Why do I do this to myself? I feel responsibility. Without the chaos and challenge my schedule, I just Mondays, everyone's least favorite day, but not normally mine. But not my favorite of all time. But I have school like most days, but I also have some left. But left face, right face, but long timing slideshows. But rewarding knowledge. Next day is incoming, but get home at 9 and do your 8. Wednesdays. I'm always mixed on Wednesdays. I'm confused on its pronunciation ways. Wednesdays or Wednesday? First one. Unless outcomes of fate, there's no telling. Piano classes, playing a beautiful symphony. I visit my grandpa to see him for the week. Not seeing my house like a prisoner or phony. I have answers, but not enough to reject. The days go, energy low. 2 more left. Today, I have meetings. I don't get time to go back home. I go to the library and work on my homework and skip requirements. The week has changed the mood. Fun, but late. So, black, swearing out. Let's go. Oh. Fridays, aka freedom. My least tired day. The school's freedom bell rings. Finally free. Now I can do whatever I please. 3 at last. I can finally say, my day is open. Come on over, or thanks for letting me come. I would say no, but I don't get a 6 hour. I'm not in this room. My limitation is gone at last. The chains are broken, my cage is opened until they are all done. For as great as Friday is, every good earthly thing eventually recedes. Friday is no exception, and my whole cycle repeats. I'm not complaining. This is who I am, through and through. And now you can see too.
Pre-flight. Alternator belt, air intake, carbon air filter, lighting lights, nose will strap and tire, nose tie down, static wing tie down, ailerons, flaps, main wheel tire, brakes, fuel tank vent open, fuel tank top, fuel quantity, fuel filter cap, pitot 2, stall warning, landing lights, all check. Pre-flight inspection complete. Flight N172HR, clear for takeoff. Roger that, tower. I say, I just set the seemingly fast, never-ending runway, and let my feet delicately off the brakes, and let my hands on the throttle, letting the slick, smooth power of the aircraft roar like a lion as we gain speed down the runway. 25 knots. My hands and feet trembling, holding the aircraft steady. My body shaking and moving with the beat of the aircraft. 45 knots. I look at the instructor, and it gives me the look at the waiting on the tire flight for 55 knots. With my command, the airplane lifts off the ground, and we are finally airborne. Sorry about that. 88. A bird, meaning to pilot or fly an aircraft. To aviate is to defy the pull of earth. It is to tread the solid ground or the kingdom of air. It is the metallic thunder of the engine, the shake, the trouble, and rising answer prayer, riding on the winds. It is the whisper current caught upon the curve of the wing.
It is the steady hum of the airplane that sings such a sweet lullaby. In such a distant world that shrinks to a distance, to aviate. To aviate is a feeling of the wind's command, the gentle nudge of the runner, the shifting of the yoke, the power of the throttle. It is the freedom held in a precise, steady, guiding hand. An escape from a heavy, burdening thought, an escape from the reality of terror, a hopeful stroke approach. May 28, 2022, 3 o'clock. We were on our final approach. Back to the same runway where everything began. I felt alive. I smelled the fumes of freedom. At least I think it was freedom. May 28, 2022, 3:33. As we turned, I see the runway glistening with heat, as if it was waving at me through the clouds. No one had cracks. Then the throttle back to idle and turned on the landing lights. We are on our final approach. May 28, 2022, 3:35. The people, cars, get bigger and bigger until the tires kiss the ground on the once vast runway. But now, it feels like a short piece of string. As the plane comes to an almost halt, it keeps on rolling through the runway and on to the taxiway and back to the spot where it all began. Completion. Now, what do you think of when you hear the word completion? You probably think of an end or a finish, and you'd be right. But you can also look at completion as just a part of the cycle of endings and new beginnings. Like when I got off the plane. Yes, I completed that flight and that journey ended, but also a new journey began, the one to become a pilot. And if you want to take it up a notch, you can think of it as that when our journey on earth is completed, our eternal life with Jesus begins.
How to ride the bike. They say riding a bike is simple. 3. Hold firmly on the front of your brakes to stop the bike. 2. Put both feet on each pedal to accelerate the speed on the bike. 1. Remember to keep equal balance between both sides of the bike to the Dread. To anticipate their apprehension of fear. Like the dreaded feel when teachers hand back tests, and when she gives you yours, she folds the paper in half and raises her brow. The look of disapproval in her eyes tells you everything you need to know. Or the dreaded feel when Dad yells your name from the couch. So when you prepare yourself for the worst, in reality, he only needs his glasses. However, the dreaded feeling is different. The feeling of dread is like a you hate knowing it's there, despite trying to avoid it. It always comes back to you. So now, there's nothing you can do except. Because you're so determined, I'll tell you why I don't want to do this. I tried before, and it didn't work. Maybe another time. It's too hot outside. We can always do it later. I'm really busy today. Some other time? Sorry, I have a lot. These are all the things I wanted to say. Maybe, in another world, somewhere I wasn't so impassive, I would say, Dad, I don't want to do this because I can't do this. Why can't I do something that's so easy for everyone else? I remember when the teacher would ask how many people knew how to ride their bike. Almost everyone's hands shot up. I felt nothing but pure embarrassment as my hand remained stationary. And in this moment, out on the driveway, I wasn't sad, and I wasn't even embarrassed. I was mad. Mad that I couldn't keep balance on both sides of the bike without tipping or even pedal down the street. Mad that even when I tried, it wasn't good enough. Mad that my best wasn't remotely close. Always. Last time, Dad says, exhaustion portrayed on his face. One last chance. Your foot pushes off the ground, the strands of your hair that have gone straight by in the summer breeze. Your mind drifts off to the road with the lost exterior, distracting you entirely. Once you come to your senses and finally lose balance, you wait to hear your father from behind, to tell you that you lost yourself again. But when you turn around, you see your father standing far back, a grin that fathers wear when the child scores at their first game all over his face as he yells, "You did it." After what felt like hours of agony, you grasped it seemed so distant. You ride your bike back down the street again, quietly wishing your father was behind you to get drive. You get a tip for scraping your knees, and so the next time, or every time after that, whenever the road becomes too bumpy, or when your foot slips off the pedal, and even when the bike steers out of control and you threaten to fall, there'll always be someone like your dad to pick you up, wipe the blood off your knees, and tell you that everything's okay. That no matter what, it's always okay.
The worst day. My day had started perfectly. My parents had decided to take me and my sister to Chuck E. Cheese. But little did I know it was all a cover-up. After about an hour of playing games, we sat down to enjoy a big pizza. But the next thing that happened was something I certainly did not enjoy. They didn't try to soften the blow. They just told me without hesitation that we were going to move to Florida. That was the worst sentence I had ever heard in my life at the time. It meant I would have to leave my friends, family, and the home I had lived in for years. They told me that it was for schooling purposes, though I thought the schools in Maryland were fine. But there was nothing I could do but sit back and witness my life fall apart. The drive. The drive was long and sad. I also couldn't help but feel mad. The trip was as boring as a TV ad. All the emotions manifested into hate, mainly of what had gotten me to this state. 7 more hours in the car? Great! Floors are bad mattresses. We needed a place for everyone to sleep, a place to lie down and count sheep. The beds were not yet here. It was a pain in the rear. Man, the hard floor was cheap. Except to believe or come to recognize an opinion or explanation as valid or correct. As in, I needed to accept the fact that my parents had a good reason for moving. As in, I had to be accepted into a new school with none of my old friends. As in, I had no choice but to accept my new life. Ode to home. My home was full of memories, both good and bad. And when I look back at them, they still make me sad. My life was full back when I lived there. However, after I left, it was empty like air. But maybe this place isn't all that bad. I still have my family, and with them I won't be sad. Home is a place where I'll always be happy. I'm going to stop now before this gets too sappy.
My brother is a star in the darkness. He is always there, even when I don't want it. He is a helping hand when you take a tumble. He is a shoulder to cry on. I know he is here through tough and good times. He is my brother, and I love him. My brother was learning a lot. During the process, he struggled a lot. But little by little, he grew like a tree. When he learned to walk, he was free. But then my mom called him in and closed that lock once again. The fall. A tiny little monster roaming around the house, tripping and tumbling. We couldn't keep track of him. One moment he's in front of me, the next he's next to a wall, ready to walk right past me. But he is just a baby, learning to walk. So instead, you hear a baby and a thump. A blood-curdling scream echoing across the room. We rush to the service, and then there's my brother, his head filled with blood. What am I feeling? I'll tell you what I'm feeling. Fear. My parents attending his wounds. I thought I was going to lose my brother in that moment. I had no clue. So, So, wow. I was crying, trying to control my feelings. My parents clearly annoyed, and now, instead of one child crying, they had two. I didn't care. I was too worried about my well-being, his life. And it may seem silly, and it may seem like an exaggeration, but I didn't know if he was going to survive. I thought that one would be the end of him, and that got me terrified. Brother, brother, enough. A male related to one person, two parents, another. I may sometimes dislike you, like a cat dislikes fire. I may sometimes annoy you, like a screaming child. I may not have a lot of patience, but having you in my life gives me patience and strength to overcome everything that comes in my way. And you are mine. I will never forget the first time you came to this world. You made me who I am this day. So, as much as I despise to say it, I am thankful for you each and every day.
Now, an event regarded as important for good or evil. As in, the woman I had that Friday night that I left home, suspecting nothing would never happen. As in, I should have seen it coming, especially with the woman. The evidence was right in front of me. As in, that woman was most likely a sign from a higher power, and it was trying to warn me that I thought is not true. As in, the next morning I woke up. It felt like another normal Saturday, but then I heard my parents calling me. Saturday morning. After hearing my name call, I went to my parents. The three of us had a family meeting about the sad news. They explained to me that we were still family, but just in a different way. It was decided we would no longer live together. Instead, we would be in two different houses. Mom's office. Mom brought me into her office. She showed me this paperwork. It was about her and Dad. She told me about my schedule. She said it was going to be like school. I get to see my dad every week and every other weekend. My mom also told me about holidays. We were going to alternate every year. One year I would see my dad on the holidays. One year I would see my mom on holidays. This was confusing. It was going to take some moving, boxes, packing, moving trucks, lost items found, new neighbors, new friends, new room, new house for mom, new house for dad. Nowadays, I'm here today, and my mom and dad are doing good. My family has adjusted well too. Often we all get along, keeping the family bond strong.
Home run. Home run. Now, a far hit ball that allows the batter to round the bases without stopping and score a run. Home run. A feeling that can't be expressed, but is a heartwarming gift to yourself. Home run. A part of baseball that gives the game the intensity to others. Home run. Something that only happens occasionally, but as a reward for the work you put in. First flight. Once I hit the ball, not only I was pumped, my team was pumped. After that home run, my consistency stayed. My confidence was high like a ball soaring through the sky. My feet felt light. It was my first flight. And it was like it was like success came into sight. But before I knew it, that day had become night. Ode to my dad. If it wasn't for my dad, the ball wouldn't have been hit. Sets the pace for years to come instead of me to sit. I thank my dad to this day that without my dad, it would be a shame or a feeling astray. It's not just winning grip, but like the car or the engine to my car, the controller to my game, and the boost of confidence knowing I could always count on my dad. Wrapped in pine tar and dust,
Printed with the scars for me and my teammates of 100 games under the Diamond's lights. First one. I didn't think it would happen today. The sun was in my eyes, the pitcher was throwing gas, and my last at bat ended in silence. But this time, something clicked. The ball came in like it always does, but a lot slower. Almost like the world paused just long enough for me to beat it perfectly. The sound of the barrel caught everyone's attention, even though in my mind, I was in a whole other dimension. When I touched the plate, it felt more than just a plate. It felt like something I had earned. Friends say it's just a game, but in that moment, to me, it was everything. First home run. 1:30 p.m. It was a cloudy day. I dig into the sand, finding a good spot in the box. 1:31. Fastball low inside, crack. Everything stops. 1:32. After that perfect crack, there was silence in the dugout. I baffled, not knowing the ball was going to carry. 1:33. It clears the fence. Gone. 1:34. Third base coach jumping to grab the bag as my heart bangs on my chest. 1:35. My teammates reached for me before touching the plate. But when I cleared the bases, the first person I looked at was my dad.
Coach, since you're wondering, I'll tell you why. I thought we were going to be the team. Like a hurricane, taking out all of our competition in our path. I thought there was no chance we wouldn't not make it to the top, like climbing the tallest summit in the world, the peak underneath the sun. I thought all the team bonding would fuse the team into one, like taking singular animals and turning them into a roaring wildfire. I thought that with all the chances we had, we wouldn't need another one. Like each chance a kingdom waiting to be conquered by us. I thought there was no need to worry because we were going to win. Like destiny leading us to the top of that team. But I know I can't actually see this or else. I also know that we have one last chance, and I'm not gonna let it go to waste. Volleyball. Me. Volleyball. You're on that team for a reason. They need you, so show what you got. Optimistic. Your attitude is contagious and has an effect, so stay positive. Lazy. Don't let anyone call it this. Embrace the pain that comes with the sport and you'll earn your spot. Loud. Be bold. You need to show them that you're there. Be talkative. E. Electric. Make them fear your spark. Energy is key. Show me a why. Why? Here. Now. This sounds weird, but you need to show them you always want to learn more. And don't get stuck to the day. B. Balance. Balance is important. Make sure you stay on top of things so things like school don't knock you off your shot. A. Ambitious. Set your bar high and aim for higher. Take control of your goals and show initiative. L. Lead. Don't blend into the background. Be the leader they need. At least, that's how I was taught. L. Legendary. Do this, you'll be like a fire. Always explosive. Ecstatic. Ecstatic. Adjective. Subject to or in a state of ecstasy. Full of joy, happy. As in, I was ecstatic that Saturday night. I felt like a kid in a candy shop because we were 6 and up. As in, that next morning, my team and I looked like we were all hyped up on sugar. In other words, we were ecstatic. As in, I was ecstatic because I didn't stop believing in my team and most importantly, myself. Beginning. 0-0. Breathe. You got this. 14-12. Great pass. 18-13. Did you see that one? I did that. 25-16. Yes, I knew we could do this. Next step. 0-0. Don't get overconfident. 25-21. The business office. The 4 rules of volleyball. 4. Trust your coach. They know what they're doing, and most of the time, you don't. So let them know. 3. Always support your teammates, aka cheer. They'll always be there for you, so you always have to be there for them. 2. Energy is key. Energy keeps a team going. If a team has enough energy to burst through a roof, that team has enough energy to make it through anything. But most importantly, 1. Never give up. My brother left for college. In the car, coming home later, my mom asked, "What are we doing for the rest of the summer?" To my coach, sit on the couch all summer, build Legos, watch movies, and stay home. To Patrick said, "Can I go to my friend's house?" Excitedly. My family said, "I just want to build Lego sets, watch movies, play video games." I said, "Can we just stay home all summer?" And we got ready to sound asleep. An argument over a board game. It didn't matter what we were arguing about, probably something stupid, like someone cheated or that someone gave the other person what it was. It didn't matter what it was. Relationship. The way in which 2 or more people or groups regard and behave toward each other. A relationship is when I play with my brothers, I realize how good a relationship is. And I realize even if we fight, even if we bicker, a relationship is strong. Sure, people may be mad for several days at each other, but eventually we come back together. My brother leaving for college. We had to say goodbye fast. We had to go that morning. So we had waved our hands goodbye. My mom, leaving with him to get him settled. Me and my brother hugged him, knowing where he was going. Realization. Realizing that he won't be there to talk to. Looking into his room. Realizing that he won't be there. Realizing that we can't play all the games together. Realizing that my family is so influential to my whole life. Realizing that all my words are, even if we fight, even if we argue, we are still family.
February 14th, 2023, Valentine's Day, a day of love and heart-shaped boxes of chocolate. I was picked up an hour earlier than when school got up. My mom stood in the office, teary-eyed. I asked her, "Why are you crying?" She stayed silent. Once we got to the car, she spoke. "Your grandfather has passed away." The news hit me harder than a tsunami. He slammed me onto land. He was asleep when he died. He will forever keep dreaming, but I will forever be unable to reach his dreams. The car ride home felt like a slow descent into a bottomless pit. As I opened the car door, water leaked out with me. Was it the rainwater from my shoes or my tears? Mom, since you asked, I'll tell you why I'm upset. Because my grandfather's gone, I'll never see him again. Because my grandfather's gone, I have a hole in my heart. Because my grandfather's gone, my candle has gone out and I cannot find the match. Because my grandfather's gone, I have a missing piece to my puzzle and now I'm incomplete. Because my grandfather's gone, I no longer have someone to ask about help with poetry. Grandfather. Grandfather. Now, a father of one's father or mother. A grandfather is someone whom you look forward to seeing after an excruciating 12-hour car ride. A grandfather is someone who interrogates you like a cop and asks you about school or hobbies. A grandfather is someone who hugs you like a dramatic pause in a movie. A grandfather is someone whom you love a lot, but they will always love and care about you more. The open casket. When I saw him lying there peacefully in his open casket, eternally sleeping, I didn't know whether to be happy his suffering is over and he has gone to a better place, or to cry my heart out because I miss him. I just stood there, staring at him holding those flowers. They were bright and colorful, just like his personality. But I will never see those flowers bloom again. Ode to my grandfather. He was someone who could brighten a room with joy, brighter than the sun shining over the horizon. Everyone always looked forward to seeing him. Even when he was sick and couldn't make sense of the world around him, it didn't make me distant. It made me love and care for him more than anything in the world.
The smell of a hotel room is so distinct. Perfume, laundry detergent, and the lingering scent of all those who stayed before. The sun shines through the window, and broken rays dance playfully across the distant ocean. My nose is pressed to the window, another addition to the growing collection of smiles, watching his families run through the sand, umbrellas propped up, seashells and sunbirds. My brother Jack stands next to me, watching me go off. Memorial Day has come once again, a holiday filled with so much joy, and yet for me, shadowed by so much unease. Inconceivable, an adjective meaning of a person or their grief, not able to be comforted or alleviated. My family all says, happiness masking no one wants to acknowledge. They enjoyed our time on this beautiful beach, but this day is a reminder of something much more important, an unfortunate twist of fate. Behind the upbeat energy, they are inconsolable. This day represents the day that something was lost, a day where a man became a pair of ice-cold dog tags. Remembering this makes everyone around me inconsolable. I cannot completely understand, but I try. I laugh and I talk, remembering to hug those who seem like they need it. But sometimes trying is all you can do, but you cannot fully comfort the inconsolable. It can be confusing when you're young, so Jack, I'll tell you why everyone is so quiet. No one is angry, and this will not last. Enjoy today and worry, but please don't worry too much. Watching you dig holes, seeing the chocolate ice cream dry on your face, the joy that you bring, the joy that is only possible when you are a child is enough. We can heal from the past by seeing the potential the future holds, knowing that while we cannot regain what was lost, we can still have hope. Even on this day, I can count on the waves to return to me. I can guarantee that the sun shines down my back and that the mangrove trees continue to whisper. I see the ocean, and although there is fury on the waves, I know that there is nothing. As it comes to south, so can I. It is supposed to see the scene before me, pale blue becoming engulfed by crimson, as beautiful as the midnight sky bound to follow as we continue to move forward. Now, anytime others ask me, how was Memorial Day? I simply respond with good, because most don't know how to react when I say that my family will always be missing someone, but we are learning to withstand feeling defeat. But it's too much trouble to say that although I see the difficulties of the past, they are outweighed by my faith that the tide is bound to turn. It is too much, there is no need to explain that the wind carries away what weighs it down. Times like these can be difficult, yet now when I say it was good, we have been good, I mean it.
Justin, hold on. We're not gonna start right now because we're gonna let the bell ring. We don't want the bell to ring in the middle of here. So we'll take a quick 5-minute break. More bells coming. There's 2 bells. Consider it for consideration for others.
Consideration of others, unless maybe some strictly packaged down with her. I'll say it. I'll say it. Nice.
First bell. Although yesterday's your like champion poets.
Yeah, she'll save it. It was, we've heard both bells, yes, so.
What?
I think we heard both.
You heard both bells?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now they can go away. You go pocket. You go pocket on the floor. All right. All right, go ahead.
The drive. It was a warm summer morning at 6 a.m. Right as my father and I pulled into the driveway of the prestigious, pristine, and professional rainforest of Copperhead. I sat nervously, second-guessing my decision to play this game at this place. I felt my heart racing as I exited the car, butterflies in my stomach, and my knees knocking while I wait for my tea time. Copperhead, a world-class and tournament-hosting course for the PGA Tour. The course of Copperhead hosts the annual Copperhead Valspar Tournament, sponsored by the Valspar Paint Company. There is also a separate course named the Copperhead Isle Course, which is arguably more challenging. But including all of these factors, it is, without a doubt, one of the finest courses in Florida. Beautiful, an adjective, pleasing the senses, or mine, of a very high standard. Excellent. As I stepped out onto the start of the first hole, the amazing, breathtaking view was beautiful. The sun's early orange light that glinted off of the dew of the perfectly trimmed grass, along with the soft aroma of oak carried by the gentle breeze, was beautiful. The enchanted landscape left all who witnessed it astounded, bewildered, and amazed. Dad, since you asked, I'll tell you how I feel. No, I'm not tired. Yes, I got plenty of sleep last night. Yes, I'm ready. And yes, I'm definitely not nervous. Teeing off, 7:30. I grab my driver, pull the head cover up. By 7:32, all 3 of my group members tee off. All of their shots in the fairway. 2 practice swings later, I finally address the ball, but I can feel their eyes on me, waiting for me to swing. I can't mess up. I can't, I say to myself. But with my hands trembling, at 7:33, I finally hit the ball.
My little brother lived in his own world that I could see but never quite reach, like a bird trapped in a glass house, so close to freedom but never being able to fly. He would line up his little cars in perfect rows instead of using the tracks I built. He would stack blocks into tall towers and then knock them down on his own, as I held the pieces he never asked for. His unresponsiveness made me think that he didn't like me. It made me wonder if he secretly wished he had a different sister. But I was dedicated, and I sat beside him as he organized his little cars. I still tried to understand him as he knocked down that tower he spent 10 minutes building.
And I still loved him even when he felt the farthest away. Mom, since you asked, I'll tell you why I'm upset. I'm upset because I don't understand him the way a sister should. I'm upset because I can't connect with my brother the way I thought I could. I'm upset because the movies we watched, the toys we played with, the bond we built will never reach its full potential. Even though the things that I thought brought us together are there, they are still slowly slipping out of reach. I'm upset because I'm scared. Scared for him, scared for me, scared for our family. I'm scared that I can't protect him. Scared I won't be able to be the sister that he deserves. I'm upset because this word that now defines him, this weight I can't lift, this challenge, I can't protect him. I'm upset because I'm reminded of that map, not knowing how to move forward. I'm upset because I love him like bees love flowers. I love him so much it hurts. And it hurts most knowing that he will never have all the opportunities he deserves. Mom, I hate that this hurts. I hate that it's real. And I hate that there is no map. No way for me to save him. Autism. A developmental disability of highly variable presentation, commonly characterized by social and communicational differences, repetitive behaviors, and intense specialized interests. Autism is a word that felt unreal to me, like the world had shifted under my feet, or a weight that had just been placed on my shoulders that I was unable to carry. The word autism sounded like a question that nobody could answer, or a secret that I wasn't supposed to know. The word autism made me wonder if he would be the little kid that would laugh at the movie he had seen 1,000 times, or the kid that could sit on the swings all day and never get bored. I wondered if he'd be my same little brother, whose face lit up each time we pulled up to that same playground, or the same little brother who laughed at everything he saw. I wondered if his diagnosis would really change everything. Then, after all my wondering, I realized that autism is not who he is, but a part of him that helps him see the world in his own special, beautiful way. 8 reasons how I know it's going to be okay. Number 1, he is still going to laugh at everything he sees, even if it's a dark gray sky. Number 2, he is still going to find his own way to have fun and play with toys, even if it's not how the other kids play. Number 3, he'll still rewatch Toy Story 2 over and over and over again with me until him and I can both recite that movie by heart. Number 4, he's still going to make all of the best friends because I'm not going to let it be any other way. Number 5, he's still going to grow and get the same chances that other kids get, even if it takes the extra work. Number 6, he's still going to talk because therapy will work. Number 7, he is still going to be whatever he wants to be because I'm going to be there to help him when he struggles. And 8, most importantly, he is still going to be my same bright, cheerful, smart little brother that he has always been. Lucas, my lively little brother who never lets anything bring him down. Unstoppable when challenges are thrown at him. Carefree, chaotic, and curious about everything in life. Astounding, even with autism, he is absolutely remarkable. Sweet, silly, innocent, and everything in between is the perfect description of my little brother that I love with my full heart.
To the game. I get my gear and I'm going. I get in the car and I'm rolling to my first ever tackle football game, where I'll claim my fame from the world. The 10-minute drive feels long. Everybody thinks I'm ordinary, but they're wrong. See, I thought of myself as the next 6-year-old King Kong. I take a power nap, so I can be my opponent's map
back to their homes, where they'll spend their time cleaning my nails. When I wake up, I hear my mom say, "We're here." That's when I knew I just gave my enemy fear. 5 ways I warm up. 5. I watch the games before me to get my mental game going like it should. 4. I drink water. 3. With my team, I stretch my body and go over offense, defense, and special teams so I feel good. 2. I drink more water. 1. Last, with my team, we listen to hype music so we're ready to go out there like lions on an African prairie. Since you're probably wondering, I will tell you how the first half went. It went good. It went great. The other team's good, but we're better. They haven't even scored and we're running up the scoreboard. It's almost so easy that I'm bored, but the hype carries on, and we ain't stepping off the pedal until we've won. The score.
Hello, folks. The commentator here. We probably start out with the score being Alex 33, Seahawks 0. The Pilots defense had 8 sacks and allowed 35 total yards for the Seahawks. The Pilots offense had 260 yards of offense with 5 touchdowns. What a performance for the first game for the Pilots.
Oh, football. Oh, football. Your fields of green. How you are so fun creating a scene. Your Saturday afternoons make a great call. In your heat, I give you my all. I chase and I scream to your radiant beam. And when touchhunters score, they never make me bored. And when your game is almost over, I start to get sad. But to win or lose, you will never make me mad.
Friday nights are freedom. The strip of land you can see in the distance after a long journey home. There are late nights at the neighbors. Our pizza with stuffed crust. Our hearing the neighbors' kids outside playing and shrieking with the wind at their back. There are the simplicity of joy and good intention. The epiphany of hope and longing. The steadfast companion of pleasure. They are the same every week and perfect in every way. Until one night, everything was different. Panic. My dad bursts into the house, yelling, using a voice that tells you something is very seriously wrong. He tells me to get off the phone and to go to the neighbors. I try to ask what's happening as I run across the house like a madman. He yells again, "Go, go, go." I get to the neighbors and I see everyone in a panic. My parents and my brother leave. The neighbors get talking. Someone said he fell. Someone else said he passed out. Someone else said he had a seizure. I froze when I heard that last one. If he had a seizure, that means the whole family could be at risk. One of the adults come and say everything is fine to go back and play. He just hit his head. He's at the ER with my parents. I sit on the couch, wondering what to do. Anxiety mixing with panic and dread. That is the apprehensive sort of voiding that is the elephant on my chest. Are you okay? No, because he is at the hospital. No, because no one will tell me what happened. No, because everything around me is speculation. No, because everyone went back to playing like nothing happened. No, because it doesn't seem to bother my sister that he is hurt. No, because my father didn't bother to pay attention to my questions. No, because they left without saying goodbye. No, because I want things to go back to normal, where I never had to do this. No, because everything is out of my control. No, because I am so anxious, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. No, because I just want to yell at the world. What do you think when someone asks me, "Are you okay?" The things I did while I was home. 6:52, finally eat dinner. 7:02, sound the couch and spaced out. 7:03, my neighbor turned on wildcats. As I turned, it continued to space out. 7:07, realized it had only spaced out for 5 minutes, and groaned. 7:09, changed positions on the couch. 7:11, talked to my neighbor about random nonsensical things, while looking at the clock every 5 seconds. 7:20, 7:20, once again start spacing out. 7:23, get up and walk throughout the house. 7:24, Sit back down, because I don't actually want to walk. 7:25, try to sit still. 7:26, ask my neighbor if there was any news. She shakes her head no. 7:27, continue to get up and sit down, because I don't know what I want to do. 7:32, my neighbor calls everyone into the living room. She says, I want to tell you guys that Michael's okay. He just held his breath, got upset, and held his breath for a little too long. And he fell and hit his head. He got a concussion, but he will be fine. Concussion. Now, pathology. An injury to the brain or spinal cord due to jarring from a blow, fall, or the like. My brother has a concussion, so we will have to take it slow for the next few days. This isn't the first time he's got a concussion. The other one was in the garage. We are all fine now, despite my brother's concussion. My parents seem a little frazzled, but overall I seem to be the most shaken. Because my brother was the one who got the concussion, so why am I the one with a strange sense of vertigo?
The arrival, 4 p.m. We arrived at the Elegant Hotel. 4:07 p.m. We got off the car, admiring the hotel, feeling swell. 4:10 p.m. We went up to the hotel room, picking out our rooms. 4:15 p.m. I was seeing the view off the balcony, seeing the tall trees bloom. 4:19 p.m. I went to my room to unpack. 4:22 p.m. We decided to go to a mega mall nearby. 9:39 p.m. Wow, time really does fly. My favorite things about the massive mall. 1, I like the bookstore. So many genres, they'll never let you bored. 2, I like the food court. All the food won't let you snore. 3, I like the shiny marble floors that let you do something more to explore. 4, I like the toy store. There was every toy you could ask for. 5, I like the enormous size of the mall. Felt like exploring. 6, I like the water fountain, constantly pouring. Mom, since you asked, I'll tell you about that seagull. Because I sat down with my food munching. Because a 30 sky thief, also known as the seagull, because he swooped in and then helped himself to my food. Because he munched, squawked, flappity flap flapped, tugged, and pulled on my food. Because my food was gone in an instant. Because that no good, dirty, downright nasty sky rat. Because of that, I was sad. But the beach cheered me up. Oh, to Miami. The cool sea breeze lingering in the air. The soft, warm sand separating the sea and land. The buildings, tall in the air, without a care. The restaurants, serving nothing bland. The hotel, nice and swell. The sunny days, the fancy sports cars, the happy families, and the sports cars. Gloom, state of depression or despondency. As in, how I felt leaving the hotel, knowing I won't be free. Because school was around the corner, sitting there, waiting to snatch me. With assignments, tests, and quizzes hitting me like a hard bump to the knee. As in, free time will be limited, and so will time for a night plays. So, as we left, I knew I had to appreciate those few days.
The day I spun free. I didn't know today would be when I'd escape from the sadness in the gym. No more failed serves, no more being the sub that made the plays. I became the starter. It was my time to fly. Faster than the wind itself, no one was there. I don't mean for me, I mean there to catch me. My spin move, I claimed it. It's mine now. I can still hear my dad's exact words. Finally got that one. My fans were proud. My parents were proud. My coach was proud. I was proud. I did something I thought I could never do. And volleyball was all thanks to you. Spin, a verb. To turn or cause to whirl around quickly. To rotate or to twirl. As in, when I was on the court to serve, my head would spin like a mystery wheel. But the prize I got was failure. As in, going in for a touchdown, twirling and whirling on 40 defenders at once. Sideline scream, fans scream, iron scream. One spin, I'm gone. As in, twisting past in one simple motion. Not the kind I ever learned in volleyball. No server ever taught me how to move the ball. It's not just a move, it's a spin they'll never forget. Oh, to my endless pace. If I were to run away, I could. Far, far away from spikes, I would. I would run to the field, I should. And I would stay there. Stay for good. My legs were made to run, not to be dead. I was not made to serve. Volleyball agreed with what I said. Scoring my best touchdown won't be the only one. Football, flags, and field. This is where I was made to run. Set hike. Set. My heart pounding on the field as I wait for the signal to run. Looking at my teammates, this play is mine. No more setting the ball in the gym, just setting up for my future. I looked back once more, and I knew it was my time. Hike, the ball snapped to our quarterback. She passes it to my partner in front. I pass by her, and she hands me the ball. Here it comes. Defense is on me tight, I have nowhere to go. Well, you know what they say. If you can't go over or under it, you've got to go through it. And that is what I do. Touchdown. I'm spinning and winning. All eyes on me. Twirls that'll make you swirl. Move so fast, it'll make you hurl. 4 defenders take him down to ground and pound. All my fans in the crowd were going wild. Going through you like a ghost? I said, boo. Victory? I'm coming for you. So fast, you got dust in your face. Making you sit, achoo. Serves and settings can't give me this power. No, because I'm catching and running wild. Oh, and these volleyball shorts I'm wearing weren't just any volleyball. No, not for that. They were for a different sport. Flag football? Yeah, that's what I was made to do.
Waves from the south, the largest surf in more than 25 years. Wave estimates to be 25 feet tall at the fan stop and break. Since swells of this type don't happen often on the west side shore, this event may be too appealing to resist. 2 events were happening at Castle Surf Break, and sets are expected to be the biggest today. The Diamondhead area definitely had the biggest surf. Ecstatic, adjective. Feeling or expressing overwhelming happiness or joyful excitement. As in, I was ecstatic when I looked at Surfline to see a clean south swell was hitting Waikiki. I could already picture myself dropping into the perfect wave. As in, when my parents said to go grab my boards, I was ecstatic. When I grabbed my board, I knew I was going to catch the wave of my life. As in, I was ecstatic to see the perfect, glassy walls of water breaking off the shore. The waves roar echoed against the city's walls. Against the current, I look upon the endless ocean, great books miles away. I turn to the turquoise water, and I thought, drove me a couple paddles, muscles ache, the current strain, my paddle pain. Every wave's a challenge,
barrier. But after all that energy, I'm only a quarter way while I was on the beach. The current's strong. Each wave knocks me back, till I'm back to where I started. Staring out towards the ocean, I start my journey one last time. If I finally reach my destination, let out a sigh of relief. Then I see it, far out into the distance, the horizon post, sending a large set of waves right towards me. Things still went through my head. 1, what if I bailed out in front of everyone? 2, what if I was too early and the wave took me under its force? 3, what if I nosedived into the coral? 4, what if my leash got caught in the coral? 5, what if I hit another person while I was trying to catch a gnarly wave? Gnarly, adjective, slang, excellent, wonderful. The wave I saw across the horizon was gnarly. I turned short to shore, rushing with force. My arms burned from sort of curse. The gnarly wave keeps growing bigger as it creeps over my shoulder. As the wall of water grabs my board, I shoot up with a gnarly turn. While the wave breaks behind me, it roars in my ears. As the wave curves out, I jump off my board, then the rough current continues to break like a key.
When we got the news, we waited for our parents to come back home with our new baby brother. We were unaware of what was about to happen. That day, our grandparents sat down next to us and told us, when I heard it, that he had a condition, a problem, that could possibly mean he wouldn't make it out. My stomach dropped to the floor. My vision blurred. My feet swayed. He said that they had to go through therapeutic hypothermia. I could see my brother's face grow pale as recognition set in. They had to put him in a freezer. Therapeutic hypothermia, a noun. A medical treatment that involves lowering a patient's body temperature to safe range. As in, one's brain had an injury that could fatally damage it. As in, all of my family are worried, sick, and terrified about what will happen because of the treatment. As in, because this happened to William, I had to cry in my room because I had a new brother and I'd never be able to see him. Here. Okay, since you asked, I'll tell you why I'm scared. I'm scared because I can't help my brother. I'm scared because I don't know what will happen. I'm scared because my family doesn't know what will happen. I'm scared for what? I'm scared because everything is okay, it doesn't work anymore. I'm scared because the joy of my world is slowly fading away. Everything is okay. That's what people always tell me. Everything will be fine. That's what I told myself when I got the news. I didn't really believe what I told myself. That's just what I wanted to hear. But when I heard that he was alive and out of the freezer, I couldn't believe it. William safe. And for the first time, I felt hope. I felt alive. It was like the first time in forever. I felt like everything would. To William, dear William, you're like the song of birds or when your mom bakes fresh cookies. You're like snuggling in the soft blankets after a long, cold day. You're like that feeling that everything will be okay. You're like the breath of nature, calming and soothing. You're like music to my ears. You're like an angel from heaven. You're like a warm shower when you're sick. You're like a warm, comforting hug. You're like a flower of love, thriving and fading. You're like the sun, shining and giving everyone life and comfort. You made my world better by shining your little light.
Thank you all so much for coming, and we'll shoot them all one more. Three or four more minutes before they head out to lunch. And so if you want to mingle for a few minutes, then we will I'm not going to mess with it because I'll probably ruin it. So if